Listen, everybody, to the words I have to say. Better get ready, because the Lord is coming one day.
This is Daniel White III with the Second Coming Watch update. This is update number 338. Let's take a quick look at today's prophecy-related headlines, which point towards the second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ and the end of the world as we know it. First up today, according to the Jerusalem Post, the Lebanese armed forces and United Nations troops have increased their observation activities on the Israel-Lebanon border. The increased activity came a day after the Israeli Air Force shot down a drone that flew south from Lebanon over the Mediterranean Sea, about 8 kilometers off the coast of Haifa. Hezbollah, who had a drone shot down by the IAF in the Negev in October, denied having sent an unmanned aerial vehicle to Israel on Thursday. According to Friday's Lebanese report, IDF troops along the Lebanese border were on high alert as well, and flyovers by Israeli military planes were reported in southern Lebanon. Second today, according to Reuters, the terrorism threat in Europe remains elevated, with a quarter more attacks in the European Union in 2012 than in the previous year. The annual terrorism report, published by Europe's crime-fighting agency, coming less than 2 weeks after the bombings in Boston, identified 219 completed or failed attacks in 2012 in EU member states, the majority in France and Spain. That was a rise of 26% over 2011, when 174 such attacks were reported. Europol defines a terrorist offence as an intentional act which may seriously damage a country or international organization when committed to intimidate a population, compel a government to act, or destabilize political, economic, or social structures. Third today, according to Reuters, Chinese authorities discovered the first case of a new strain of bird flu in the eastern province of the country, signaling the spread of the virus, which has killed 23 people in China. Health authorities said a 65-year-old man had tested positive for the virus. 37 people who had been in close contact with the man had not shown symptoms of the flu. Chinese scientists confirmed that chickens had transmitted the flu to humans. Fourth today, according to the Times of Israel, assessments that Iran's Revolutionary Guard forces are behind the launch of the drone into Israeli airspace are gaining momentum among Israel's political and security leaders. A report indicated that Iranian forces operate on Lebanese soil to aid Hezbollah's drone capabilities, as well as provide support to the Assad regime. Meanwhile, Washington requested that Israel show restraint to the violation of its airspace. Fifth today, according to Reuters, Israeli soldiers fired tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse about 500 Palestinian villagers marching toward a Jewish settlement outpost in the occupied West Bank. The procession, the largest of its kind for years, followed charges by Palestinians that the Israeli settlers had attacked them twice this week. Around 500,000 settlers have moved to the West Bank and East Jerusalem since Israel captured the area along with the Gaza Strip in the 1967 Middle East War. Palestinians want the settlements gone from what they see as their future state. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ said in Luke 9:26, "For whosoever," ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ said in Luke 9:26, "For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, the Son of Man will be ashamed of him when he comes in his glory and that of the Father and the holy angels." You can read these stories in more detail and get more prophecy-related news at secondcomingherald.com.